Hi, I'm the tabletop teacher. It has been a while, hasn't it? Sorry I dropped off the edge of YouTube for a while there, midway through an unboxing of X-Men Rise and Fall, but long story short, the pandemic hit the shop hard, and I had to devote every minute of my time to La Boutique Tabletop in order to navigate through those difficult times. And times are still crazy, because I'll be moving the shop very soon to another location, so I can't promise I'll be making as many videos as I once did, but I can tell you I hope I'm back for good. And I have to thank WizKids for giving me that little nudge to come back. They offered this gorgeous brick of Marvel Studios Disney Heroclix, along with the miniatures game, the Dyson token set, and the play-at-home kit, and I just couldn't resist. Thank you, WizKids, for sending us this brick to preview, and let's get right into it. In booster number 1, we pull, Earth-shattering pull! Let's keep that for dessert, shall we? Okay, let's go on to booster number 2 then, in which we get Captain America, Gamora, daughter of Thanos, Mobius M. Mobius, Tyler Hayward, and a rare zombie Captain America. Captain America costs 45 points, 5 more if you manage to pull Captain America's shield, which is probably the true intent of this piece. Traded energy shield deflection and force blast, decent combat values, a charging close attacker that's definitely meant to taxi and support another range attacker with enhancement and flight. A nice addition to Avengers and Soldier teams. Gamora, daughter of Thanos, is going to find a nice place in pauper format teams for sure. Decent combat values with starting charge, quake, close combat expert, and exploit weakness. Her special damage power allows her to heal 2 clicks when she knocks out an opposing character. It's also where she gets the close combat expert and exploit weakness from. Opposing characters can't lower her combat values thanks to her Guardian's team ability. This is a very good piece for 60 points. Okay, Mobius and Mobius is one of my new instant favorite pieces. Wow! This is a great investment of 30 points. Telekinesis, police team ability, and leadership through a special damage power work for us. That also gives a crazy good option for one friendly character within range to make a close attack if they've used phasing teleport to move 4 squares or less. That's really good. Tyler Hayward is another very interesting support piece along the lines of Mobius, but this one is more likely to be found in a sword theme team. He has the shield team ability and a special leadership variant that, when successful, grants the possibility to give Tyler Hayward a power action that will allow a friendly adjacent character to move half its speed value. And if it has a sword keyword, make a close attack. Maybe consider carrying Tyler Hayward to repeat that when possible. Any flying swords out there? And Zombie Captain America, a gorgeous sculpt for 60 points, or 65 if you pulled Captain America's shield and want to use it as well. Zombie Cap starts with a special damage power that grants it energy shield, deflection, and toughness, and has the Forever Hungry trait that grants it steel energy and willpower, along with a game mechanic that allows him to boost his combat values +1 with a food token. Starts with charge and blades, ends with plasticity, regeneration, and close combat expert, a great piece for Avengers, Monster, and Soldier teams. In booster number 3, we find a second Captain America, Darcy Lewis, Baron Zemo, Tommy Maximoff, and a super rare Agnes. Nice. There are great support pieces in this set. It's Dr. Lewis, thank you very much, grants Darcy Outwit and Perplex, and she has the shield team ability. Stealth will help keep her safe. Not a bad way to spend 25 points. Baron Zemo can carry 2 characters with his leap climb, has stealth, willpower, and leadership. Another quite interesting support piece with different keywords. We're getting lots of options in this set. Tommy Maximoff is likely to be surprisingly resistant. The all-new Halloween Spooktacular trait grants shape change that heals him 1 click when successful. But he also has super senses if that didn't work. His combat values are a little low, so you're counting on the precision strike you can find in his special attack power, which pairs quite nicely with hypersonic speed. Mystic's team ability and a stop click. He's 45 points, but your opponent is going to have to work hard for them. Agnes has the same Halloween Spooktacular trait, that's the healing shape change thing. She can generate a Senor Scratchy bystander with a free action. that has enhancement and a unique modifier that gives a +1 to attack to adjacent characters with the celebrity or mystical keywords, which really helps Agnes's combat values. She has improved targeting through hindering terrain, decent range and stealth, so she's in your team for more than just telekinesis. With Mastermind, she can have Senor Scratchy take the damage she would and simply generate a new one on the next turn. All this for 45 points? Yup, approved. In the fourth booster, we pull Skinny Steve Rogers, Hunter B-15, Jimmy Woo, Vision, and a rare Heist Nebula. Skinny Steve Rogers is a great leadership piece for 15 points. His leadership variant makes it so that friendly characters within range, no line of fire required, are considered adjacent for leadership purposes. Plus, he has the shield team ability with willpower that can come in very handy to boost a friendly character's range attacks. Hunter B-15 starts with phasing teleport and exploit weakness for 3 damage, which will be nice with the Mobius figure we saw earlier. She has the police team ability and an incapacitate variant that knocks characters back in the direction of your choice. Boing. Looking for police team ability and perplex for 20 points? Jimmy Woo's your guy for a nice variety of keywords. Vision has the great healing shape change Halloween Spooktacular trait. He starts with close combat expert and exploit weakness, but no move and attack. He has a stop click and the Mystics team ability. All in all, not bad for 45 points. Heist Nebula starts with a special speed power that grants her charge, plasticity, and stealth. She has a little bit of range too. She has a trait that allows her to gain new mission points by stealing equipment or loot light objects from opposing characters. You'll have to bring those to your starting area to score the mission points. Precision Strike and Perplex will help her land those attacks so she can steal the objects. You can only have one of her though. No multiplying Heist Nebulas to score crazy amounts of mission points, but she will combine nicely with other mission point earning characters. In the fifth booster, we get Captain Carter, another Gamora, T'Challa Star-Lord, Kid Loki, and a super rare Vision. Captain Carter can be played at 115 or 45 points, 5 more to start the game with Captain Carter's shield. Oh, that's another shield to find. She starts with Defend, Toughness, and Willpower that are granted by her special defense power but turns invincible as of click 3 or starts with it at 45 points. Charge and Leadership on either starting click, plus the shield team ability. I think I'm more likely to play her at 45 or 50 points if I manage to pull her matching shield. T'Challa Star-Lord is perfect for newer players, and a reliable range attacker for only 50 points. No traits or special powers, his combat values can't be modified by opposing characters thanks to his Guardian's team ability. He starts as a straightforward range attacker, but you'll want to base an opposing character with him on the second half of his dial. Kid Loki costs 30 points, 35 if you want him to start the game with the Tesseract. His special damage power is the reason you would have him on your team. Leadership, shape change, good, but it's the unique modifier that's really interesting here. A free action allows him to choose a combat value other than damage, and then opposing characters within range and line of fire modify that combat value -1. This can be really good to either modify defense on several characters and attack them, or prepare for a more defensive round by modifying their attack instead. Even speed and range can be good options. Cut down speed and perhaps prevent charging opposing characters from reaching yours. This super rare Vision is more likely to get played on a celebrity-themed team in order to take full advantage of his retaliation trait. Traded phasing teleport and super senses, and friendly characters automatically break away from characters that Vision hit this turn. His last click is a stop click that grants him shape change and support. But if you really need to heal another character, you can sacrifice Vision with a free action that's going to heal a friendly character for a full D6. Mind you, this friendly character does not need to be adjacent or even in line of fire. Avengers Initiative team ability grants him improved targeting through hindering, and that 4 penetrating damage on click number 1 really makes him tempting at 100 points. In booster number 6, we find Monica Rambeau, another Jimmy Woo, post-apocalyptic Black Widow, an uncommon T'Challa Star-Lord, and a rare Sharon Carter with the Super Soldier Serum special light object. Monica Rambeau is quite the fun tie-up piece. She has a special attack power that forces an opposing character within range and line of fire to have no other choice of target than Monica Rambeau. She's immobile when she uses it, so you can't place her away with TK to make her completely inaccessible, but she does have shape change and super senses, which gives her a good chance of not getting hit at all. If those didn't work, she has a stop click for good measure. Shield team ability on top of that, I like. Post-apocalyptic Black Widow has traded Steel Energy and Stealth. 50 points for a running shot, precision strike, toughness range combat expert on the first half of the dial, turns into a plasticity, blades, super senses, close combat expert on the second half. A nice, reliable character. This is the maskless, uncommon version of T'Challa Star-Lord. Whoa, 12 attack and 4 damage is always nice. Outwit and running shot on top are even better. Pulse Wave is very useful when you're facing a swarm team. Energy Shield Deflection is especially good with the Guardians team ability. This character should be a lot of fun to play, and his trait gives him a lot of choices of figures to build a Guardians of the Galaxy themed team. Sharon Carter has a trait that'll annoy your opponent if they were counting on one of their characters to start the game equipped with some important equipment for their strategy. You simply choose that character, unequip them, and then they have to place that equipment d6 squares away. Combat reflexes is always a nice to have for characters with stealth. Her special damage power grants her range combat expert and a +3 to her range. Interesting 35-point investment. The Super Soldier Serum doesn't seem to be linked specifically to her. It grants willpower or a +1 to the willpower roll for 5 points for those who already have willpower. That's useful. In the 7th booster, we pull the Scarlet Witch, another Darcy Lewis, Batroc, Wanda Maximoff with a rare Spider-Man and Cloak of Levitation. The Scarlet Witch is an effective ranged attacker against swarms. She has improved targeting through hindering terrain thanks to her Avengers Initiative team ability, running shot, and energy explosion. That'll work nicely against lower point opposing characters that usually have little or no damage reducers and tend to bunch up together. That's if you play her at 70 points. If you play her at 30 points, she's mostly there to heal friendly characters with support or to defend other friendly characters that would have a terribly low defense. You could also use Force Blast to mess up your opponent's nice setup of characters that need to be adjacent for their strategy to work. Batroc has a lot of clicks for 30 points. Charge with Close Combat Expert will give him a 12 attack with 3 damage, which is nothing to sneeze at. No defense powers on those first clicks make him a little squishy, but hey, 6 clicks. He can take a punch. Now, Wanda Maximoff is a great defender. A 19 defense makes her defend well worth it. She has the Healing Shape Change Halloween Spooktacular trait we've seen before. She starts with Mind Control along with a probability control variant that allows her to remove an action token on the attacker when its use results in a hit. Remember that she's friendly to herself. Her dial ends on a stop click. That's a lot of value for 45 points. The super rare Spider-Man starts the game with the Cloak of Levitation for 5 points more, which will grant him flight, plasticity, and sidestep. Yes, please. I'm pretty sure the Cloak of Levitation will find its way in quite a few teams, even without Spider-Man. Spider-Man has a fantastic variant of super senses that succeeds on a 4 through 6, plus, when successful, he gives the attacker an action token. Scientists with the Wonder Woman ally team ability will be nice to pair him with. That way, he can copy the Wonder Woman ally team ability, and his super senses would now have a 66% chance of success. That's a nice straightforward dial for a 75-point close attacker. Precision strike with Close Combat Expert on the second half of his dial will be nice too. Willpower for that chance to remove an action token on him, a fine investment of 75 points. In the 8th booster, we get another Captain Carter, common version of Vision, another Winter Soldier, Ravonna Renslayer, and a rare Billy Maximoff. Vision has a trait that makes him a good taxi for celebrities. At 70 points, he starts as a decent close attacker or as an effective tie-up piece at 30 points with the Shape Change Super Senses combo along with phasing teleport. He has a range of 6 to take advantage of his Avengers Initiative team ability, but no way to move and make a range attack. Since you can certainly find stronger and more reliable close attackers for 70 points, I think the 30-point starting line is perhaps the best way to take full advantage of this piece. Taxi up a couple of celebrities' range attackers on the first turn, and go tie up an opposing range attacker on the second turn while the 2 attackers you taxied earlier make their range attacks. Winter Soldier starts with Running Shot, but I think his Empower and Special Attack power really make him a more interesting character to be carried by a flying, charging close attacker. Giving an action token to an adjacent opposing character you just based with Winter Soldier seems very useful. He has traded combat reflexes for exactly that reason. Leap Climb is just a good combo for his Running Shot that makes him more versatile. Ravonna Renslayer can help friendly characters land their range attacks. She is the type of character you'd expect a flying ranged attacker to carry along. She has the police team ability to lower the target's defense and has probability control on every click, but with the variant on the first and last clicks that safeguards friendly characters within range and line of fire and share a keyword from opposing probability control. I've seen several teams recently with an awful lot of prob. Ravonna Renslayer will help counter that. An interesting 30-point option when you need to make those range attacks count in a future, past, police, or politician-themed team. The rare Billy Maximoff shares the all-new Halloween Spooktacular traded healing shape change we've seen on characters from that episode of WandaVision. He offers superior protection against your opponent messing with your good attack rolls. When Billy targets a friendly character with Perplex, your opponent won't be able to re-roll or even change a die from that character's attack rolls until your next turn. 45 points for 6 clicks, Flight, the Mystic's team ability, and a stop click with this great special damage power. That should earn Billy Maximoff a spot in several celebrity or mystical themed teams. In the 9th booster, we pull another Vision and Winter Soldier, a common Loki, another Tyler Hayward, and a rare Sylvie. Loki is a decent close attacker that starts with an interesting shape change variant. After resolutions, that's whether or not the roll for shape change was successful, you may place Loki a number of squares away from the current square equal to his shape change roll. Again, after resolutions, but that's still very good. Mystic's team ability on top of that, with 2 starting lines, the possibility to equip the Tesseract for 5 points, lots of keywords, not half bad. The rare Sylvie is a very interesting mind control piece. She plays a bit of tag with her mind control variant she has on her first 4 clicks. The idea is that after her first use of mind control resolves, successful or not, she can use mind control again as free, but on another target adjacent to the first one, regardless of range, line of fire, or adjacency. This has to be a brand new target, not targeted by her first use of mind control should some effect have allowed her to have more than one target. She has traded stealth and shape change that succeeds on a 4 through 6, and when she succeeds, she can't be the target of opposing effects until your next turn. 60 points or 65 if she starts the game with a Tesseract equipped. Outwit, Mystic's team ability, nice list of keywords, very happy to have this piece in my collection. In the 10th booster, we get, well, 4 figures we pulled earlier, but a super rare Loki along with the Tesseract special object. Very nice. The Tesseract grants phasing teleport, and when the equipped character uses it, probability control until your next turn. This is going to be very useful if you want to take advantage of that uncommon Mobius M. Mobius we saw earlier. This super rare Loki variant has a range of 7, 2 targets, improved targeting through hindering terrain, and starts with mind control and penetrating psychic blast. That's with a decent 11 attack and 3 damage. It's nice to have those options. You can have opposing characters hit themselves or do the hitting yourself. He has traded leadership and a shape change variant that gives Loki broken promise tokens when it succeeds. Those are very precious because when Loki has 3 of them, a free action lets him choose an opposing character within range and line of fire and simply deal them 1 penetrating damage. No attack roll required. You might lose one of the promise tokens after that with an unlucky roll. And he'll lose all broken promise tokens if he's hit with an opponent's attack, which makes his mastermind defense power all that more important. Make sure to have someone to take those hits for him. But I think the best part about the broken promise tokens is the additional use of outwit he gets from them through his special damage power, which is protected from outwit, by the way. So those outwits will stick. The later part of his dial is all black: stealth, steal energy, regeneration, and outwit. All that for 75 points or 80 if he starts the game equipped with the Tesseract. And let's not forget he has the Mystic's team ability. Can't wait to build a team around this one. So, going back to the first booster we kept for dessert, we pulled Skinny Steve Rogers, we've seen before, Killmonger, Doctor Strange Supreme, a rare Loki, and a Chase Loki. Wow. Killmonger is a straightforward attacker, ranged at 60 points or close at 30. Traded stealth, good power combinations, what you see is what you get. Doctor Strange Supreme is quite simply ferocious. He's 200 or 100 points because of course you pay the 5 points for the Cloak of Levitation if you have it. Cosmic Energy, Mystic's team ability, improved targeting through hindering, and look at those combat values. 8 range with 2 targets, 12, 12, 19, 4. And with Range Combat Expert, that's actually a 13 attack with 5 damage on range attacks. He starts with Invincible and Energy Shield Deflection and has a deep dial. If you're a fan of hard hitters and popper format, you should be happy with this one. The middle clicks will be a bit more of a challenge to play, so you might want to have a character with support on the team. Mystical is your one and only choice for theme teams here. He has regeneration and steal energy on his last 2 clicks, which likely means more Mystics damage for opposing characters to finish him off. If you see this guy in your booster when you're playing a battle royale, you might want to hold on to him. This rare Loki starts at 75 points or 80 with the Tesseract equipped, and he's a very decent range attacker with Running Shot, Penetrating Psychic Blast with 7 range and 2 targets. Mystic's team ability, Traded Shape Change, and the rest of this trait essentially makes sure that your opponent will try to knock out other characters before this one. Because if Loki would be the first friendly character to be knocked out this game, you may instead replace him with another Loki from your sideline that is equal or lower points on its starting click. So, if you see this guy on your opponent's team, make sure to knock out another character before this one. And if he's on the sideline, he is sideline active. If the last friendly character on your force is named Loki and is about to be knocked out, this rare Loki swoops in on click number 1. And there's more. When his glorious purpose stop click is first revealed, he's placed up to 4 squares away and creates a barrier. This is after resolution, so Flurry is very dangerous here, but then again, Flurry is always a big risk for stop clicks. And finally, the Chase Loki. This blue giant is a great healing close attacker that gives action tokens and prevents opposing characters from clearing fully. Here's how. His first trait, I Wish, grants him steal energy, and also, when he hits, each hit character is given an action token after resolutions. This pairs very well with his 2 targets or his Quake. His other trait, I couldn't possibly tell you, it'll ruin the magic, grants him plasticity, and adjacent opposing characters can only clear 1 action token instead of 2. If the opposing team lacks leadership or willpower, they will be in trouble. And that's a very nice list of keywords to build themed teams with. I am very happy with this piece. So this was a very generous brick, 4 super rares and a chase. I don't know if this will be the norm or not, but good luck to you in your unboxings when the set comes out. What character are you most excited for? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this unboxing preview of the Marvel Studios Disney Plus Heroclix. Thanks again to WizKids for sending this our way, and don't miss the other videos previewing the other items from this release. Have fun!